15 unbelievable things you didn't know about Italy. The land of the most amazing women in Europe. Number 15, Italy, the boot-shaped country. Ever wondered where Italy is? It's right in southern Europe, stretching out into the Mediterranean Sea. And get this, it's shaped like a giant boot. That's why everyone calls it the boot-shaped country. But here's something crazy. Inside Italy, there are actually two independent countries, Vatican City and San Marino. Tiny, but they have their own governments. Now, Italy isn't that big compared to some countries. Its total area is around 301,000 square kilometers. Still, Italy holds the record for the most UNESCO World Heritage Sites in the world. Yep, even though it's small, it's packed with history, art, and jaw-dropping places. The weather is mostly Mediterranean. That means hot summers, mild winters, and a lot of perfect days for adventures. Italy's population is about 58 million people, and they're not all the same. Italy has different regional groups, people from Sicily, Tuscany, Venice, each with their own traditions, food, and even accents. But no matter where you go, the main language that brings everyone together is Italian. Italy isn't just a country, it's a feeling, and once you're there, you'll never forget it. Number 14. Did you know Italy has a bank that stores Parmigiano Reggiano cheese? Yeah, you heard that right. Not gold, not cash, Parmigiano Reggiano cheese. In Italy, there's a special bank where farmers and cheese makers use big wheels of Parmigiano as collateral for loans. Why? Because this cheese is worth a fortune. Each wheel can be worth thousands of dollars, and it actually gets more valuable as it ages. People invest in cheese because it's stable and safe, way safer than stocks sometimes. Parmigiano Reggiano isn't just any cheese. It's been made the same way for over 900 years, going all the way back to the Middle Ages. Real Parmigiano can only be made in a few areas of northern Italy, following super strict rules. And yes, the price keeps going up. The older the cheese, the richer the flavor, and the fatter the paycheck for anyone holding it. So what makes it so special? It's natural, packed with flavor, takes years to perfect, and is basically a cultural treasure. No shortcuts, no funny business, just pure Italian tradition. In Italy, Parmigiano isn't just food, it's gold you can eat. Number 13, Italian women. Some of the most striking women in Europe. When you think of some of the most striking women in Europe, you can't miss Italian women. They just have this effortless beauty, like they woke up looking amazing. Italian women have a real gift for fashion. They don't just follow trends, they create their own style. One minute it's a simple dress, the next minute, it looks like it came straight out of a fashion magazine. They mix old-school charm with a modern twist, and somehow it always works. What do they usually wear is think stylish dresses, fitted jeans, leather jackets, sunglasses, and those perfect little heels or boots. Even when they're just grabbing coffee, they look like they're ready for a photo shoot. Their look is confident, natural, and a little bit bold, with lots of glowing skin, shiny hair, and that classic Italian smile. But it's not just about looks. Italian women are known for being strong, passionate, and full of life. They're proud of their culture, love good conversation, and really know how to enjoy life. And here's something interesting. Many Italian women are open to marrying foreign men, especially if the guy appreciates their traditions, respects their independence, and knows how to live la dolce vita, the sweet life. In short, Italian women are a beautiful mix of elegance, fire, and heart. Number 12. Italy has the most UNESCO World Heritage Sites in the world. Italy has more than 50 UNESCO World Heritage Sites. That's right, 50+ places so special that they're protected forever. But with so many amazing spots, you might wonder, which ones should you absolutely not miss? Let's start with Rome. The entire historic center of Rome is a UNESCO site. You've got the Colosseum, the Roman Forum, and the Pantheon, all standing tall after thousands of years. Walking through Rome feels like stepping into a giant, open-air museum. Then there's Florence, the birthplace of the Renaissance. The historic center of Florence is packed with jaw-dropping art, cathedrals, and statues. You'll find masterpieces from legends like Michelangelo and Leonardo da Vinci just around the corner. Also, make sure to visit Cinque Terre, 5 colorful villages hanging on the cliffs by the sea. It's postcard perfect, and you'll want to take a million pictures. Italy's UNESCO sites aren't just old stones and ruins. They're living, breathing pieces of history, art, and nature all rolled into one. So if you ever find yourself in Italy, remember, you're not just traveling, you're walking through some of the most precious treasures in the world. Number 11, the City of Venice. Venice is one of the most magical cities in the world. And honestly, it doesn't even feel real. Imagine a whole city built on water. No cars, no highways, just canals, bridges, and boats everywhere you look. But how is it made? Way back in the 5th century, people escaping invaders decided to build a city out in the lagoon on tiny muddy islands. They drove wooden stakes deep into the ground, then built stone foundations on top. Over time, the wood hardened underwater, and Venice rose up, floating like a dream on the sea. And here's the crazy part. Even Google Maps gets confused in Venice. The streets are so tiny, twisted, and full of bridges that even technology has a hard time figuring it out. You think you're walking straight, and boom, you're at a dead-end canal. But that's part of the magic. Getting lost in Venice isn't a mistake, it's an adventure. Every corner hides a new surprise, a tiny piazza, a beautiful old church, a gondola sliding by. Venice isn't just a city. It's a maze, a masterpiece, and a miracle, all rolled into one. Number 10, Italian coffee is famous around the world. When you think of Italy, you probably think of pizza, pasta, and coffee. Italian coffee is famous all around the world, and once you taste it here, you'll understand why. Everywhere you go in Italy, you'll find coffee cafes, tiny cozy spots where locals pop in, chat for a minute, and sip their favorite brew. It's not just a drink here, it's a way of life, and there's a beautiful tradition you might not know about. In some cafes, when you buy a coffee, you also buy a second one, but you don't drink it. You leave it prepaid for someone who can't afford a coffee. It's called a caffè sospeso, or a suspended coffee. A simple act of kindness, Italian style. Now, if you come to Italy, there's one coffee you absolutely must try, espresso. It's strong, rich, and full of flavor. A tiny cup packed with pure energy. Italians sip it quickly, standing at the bar, savoring every bold drop. Why espresso? Because it's the heart of Italian coffee culture, small, powerful, and unforgettable. In Italy, coffee isn't just a drink. It's a warm hug in a tiny cup. Number 9, the quirky and wonderful everyday life of Italians. In Italy, breakfast isn't a long, slow event like in some other countries. Here, it's fast, super fast. People walk into a bar, and no, not a bar for alcohol, a bar for coffee. They stand at the counter, knock back a hot espresso in less than 2 minutes, maybe grab a sweet pastry like a cornetto, and then poof, they're gone like ninjas. Quick, simple, totally Italian. But here's the twist. While breakfast is a blink-and-you-miss-it moment, the rest of the day slows way down. By the afternoon, Italians can sit for hours over just one coffee. Order a cappuccino after 11 a.m. though, and you'll probably get a polite smile, because here, milk-based coffee is for mornings only. In the afternoon, it's all about espresso. Too much milk after lunch? Italians say it feels heavy. It's just one of those traditions passed down forever. And dinner? Forget eating early. Most Italians sit down for dinner after 8 p.m. sometimes even later in big cities like Rome or Naples. Dinner is slow, filled with laughter, wine, warm lights, and conversations that drift long into the night. And when it's time to say goodbye, don't expect a quick wave. Goodbyes here come with hugs, handshakes, and just one more story before you finally leave. In Italy, life isn't rushed. It's lived with style, passion, and heart. You don't just visit Italy to see places. You come to feel the rhythm of how life should be lived. And trust me, you'll want to live it too. Number 8. Life in Italy, slow, beautiful, and full of soul. Life in Italy moves at a different rhythm, slow, beautiful, and full of soul. Here, nobody's rushing to finish a meal in 10 minutes. Lunch can last 2 hours and nobody's checking their watch. People take time to talk, to laugh, to really be together. In Italy, beauty is everywhere. In the way clothes are worn, how coffee is made, how streets are walked. Even the smallest things are treated like they matter. Italians believe life isn't just about working or getting things done. It's about feeling, the taste of good food, the sound of church bells, the sun on old stone streets. And that's why Italy feels so alive. It's not a place rushing toward tomorrow. It's a place that teaches you to love today. Come to Italy, and you'll find your soul breathing again. Number 7. In Italy, it's totally normal for kids to live with their parents until 30. In Italy, it's completely normal for kids to live with their parents until they're almost 30, and nobody thinks it's weird. Because in Italy, family is everything. It's not just about having a roof over your head, it's about staying close, sharing meals, laughing, arguing, living life together. Rent is expensive, jobs can be tough to find, and honestly, why leave when you can have homemade pasta every night? Here, independence isn't about moving out fast. It's about growing strong inside a family, then stepping out when the time feels right, not rushed. And parents, they love having their kids around. Sunday lunches with grandma, cousins dropping by. It's all part of the Italian way of life. In Italy, staying at home longer doesn't mean failure. It means you're wrapped up in love, and that's something pretty beautiful. Number 6. Vespa, the iconic Italian scooter. When you think of Italy, you can't help but picture a Vespa zipping down a sunny street. That little scooter is more than just a ride. It's an icon. Born in 1946 after World War II, the Vespa was created to be cheap, easy to ride, and stylish. It didn't take long before it became a symbol of freedom and fun, not just in Italy, but all around the world. Vespa means wasp in Italian, because of its buzzing engine sound and slim, speedy shape. It's the scooter of love stories, old movies, and daydreams. You'll still see Vespas everywhere today, weaving through traffic, parked by tiny cafes, or cruising along the coast. Riding a Vespa isn't just about getting from point A to point B. It's about feeling the breeze, the sun, and a little bit of pure Italian magic. Number 5. 1/3 of Italians rarely use the internet. Here's a surprise. About 1/3 of Italians rarely use the internet. In a world glued to screens, Italy moves a little differently. Because Italians still love real life, face-to-face talks, slow dinners, long walks. For many, especially in small towns and villages, life isn't lived online. It's lived in piazzas, coffee bars, and around the kitchen table. Plus, older generations grew up without the internet. They don't feel the rush to change that now. And honestly, when your town looks like a postcard, who needs a virtual world? Even younger Italians often balance tech with tradition. Sure, they text and scroll, but they also know when to put the phone down and just live. In Italy, the real connection isn't Wi-Fi. It's laughter, food, hugs, and endless conversations under the stars. Number 4. Music and opera are Italy's deepest pride. In Italy, music and opera aren't just entertainment, they're deep, proud parts of the soul. Italy gave the world some of the greatest music ever, from the soaring operas of Verdi and Puccini to the simple songs sung in the streets. Here, music is everywhere. It pours out of open windows, it echoes in old piazzas, it fills churches with beauty. Opera started right here in Italy over 400 years ago. It's big, emotional, dramatic, just like Italian life itself. Even today, Italians celebrate music with huge festivals, little street concerts, and grand theaters like La Scala in Milan. And it's not just old music. Italy also loves pop, rock, and new sounds too. But at the heart of it all is pure passion. In Italy, music isn't just heard, it's felt deep in the heart. Number 3. Italy has the most unique cuisine in Europe. When it comes to food, Italy has some of the most unique and loved cuisine in all of Europe, maybe even the world. But here's the thing, Italian food isn't just pizza and pasta. Every region has its own dishes, its own flavors, and its own secrets. In the north, you'll find creamy risottos and rich polenta. In the south, it's all about fresh seafood, spicy sauces, and sun-ripened vegetables. Even simple things like bread, cheese, and olive oil are treated like treasures. Every bite tells a story of tradition, family, and love for the land. And Italians take their food seriously. Meals aren't rushed. They're slow, joyful moments where you taste, talk, and laugh. In Italy, food isn't just something you eat. It's a way of life, rich, soulful, and unforgettable. Number 2. Italy's festivals are some of the most unique in the world. Italy doesn't just throw festivals, it lives them. And trust me, Italian festivals are some of the most unique and unforgettable in the world. First, there's the crazy Battle of the Oranges in Ivrea. Imagine a giant food fight where people throw real oranges at each other. And yes, it's as wild as it sounds. Then you have the Venice Carnival, where everyone wears beautiful, mysterious masks and elegant costumes. For a few magical days, the whole city feels like a fairy tale. Every festival is different, but they all have one thing in common: passion. Italians celebrate with their whole hearts: food, music, laughter, tradition, and a lot of love. In Italy, festivals aren't just events, they're memories that stay with you forever. Number 1. Cost of living in Italy. In big cities like Rome or Milan, renting a small apartment can cost around $1,000 to $1,500 a month. But if you live in a smaller town or village, you might find rent for as low as $500 to $800 a month. Groceries for a single person usually cost about $200 to $300 a month. Eating out, a nice pizza and a drink might cost you around $10 to $15. An espresso at a bar? Just $1. Public transportation is cheap too. A monthly bus or metro pass usually costs about $35 to $50. In Italy, if you live smart and local, you can enjoy a beautiful, full life without needing a giant wallet.